just, thanks for even taking the time.
Yeah.
I know you're busy
Yeah,
with
no,
your...
it's nice. I've been wanting to do like a sit down interview and talk more about everything because I don't really do that. I talk a lot about
Mhm.
other people, but I don't really talk about myself too much. Here and there,
Oh,
if I'm talking about something where I can relate to it, but besides that, I don't really, I feel like a lot of my audience doesn't really know me or like, know my story.
yeah, because I looked at a lot of your content, and
Yeah.
you're always covering other stories.
Yeah.
So not much time to be like, oh, and then about me. So
Yeah.
you're always like hitting some news thing, or I saw a few of them. There was like an update. One of them that was interesting was the update on the 1,000 pound
Yeah.
sisters is the name of the show, right?
Mhm.
So I thought that was cool. You kind of give more context to shows, and people already know about them, but you kind of go deeper.
Yeah.
And there's some body cam footage you got, which was pretty
Yeah.
interesting. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the longer I do it,
Yeah.
the more I learn things, and it's like I've learned how to request like arrest footage or like arrest reports from
Yeah.
police and body cam footage, and that's just something people always want to see. More content and see like what the latest is on people like that, and I feel like the shows I cover, some of them they do like little updates and stuff, like where are they
Mm.
now segments, but not a lot of them do, and a lot of people want to know like what the latest is on them, and they just don't have time to do all the deep diving like I do.
Yeah, made me think you're it's like a journal. It reminded me of like journalism.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that at first before I kind of explored your channel, watched like 5 or 6 videos, and I was like, oh, you're like a journalist. Like you put the effort and time in,
Mhm.
clipping it all up,
Mhm.
which is pretty time consuming, I'm sure.
Yeah, the videos may be like 8-10 minutes long, but it could take hours worth of research. Or sometimes, like if I'm waiting on stuff from the police and requesting things, it can take like weeks or months, just for one video.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's very
Not
time
all
intensive.
videos are like that,
Yeah.
but some.
Well, even the process though, like you said, of like doing all the editing, I
Mhm.
mean, that's a skill, like
Yeah.
by itself, separate from anything to do with, social media and stuff.
Mhm.
So I thought that was really impressive. Like your videos have a lot of, I can tell you put work into them, like with the
Mhm.
clipping and how you edit it, and you'll be in the corner and you'll go off and show other things like about the subject.
Yeah.
How often how often are you usually spending like on a video, would you say?
It depends. Like, if I'm doing like a recap video or something, that's easy. I'm just gonna watch a show. But, if I'm, thing is, I have to watch these shows like 2 or 3 times sometimes to watch and make sure I didn't miss
Oh.
anything. And, it's just sometimes, because I'm writing a script too. And it's, so you said how long it takes for research. Like, if I'm doing a recap video, it'll take anywhere from like an hour or so. But if I'm doing
man.
like a deep dive, like I said, sometimes it can take hours or
Oh my
days of
gosh.
looking into something. And, sometimes I'll want to talk about something right then and there, but I'm like, okay, I got to find out some more information. I got to verify some things
Oh
first.
wow.
And, we'll have to kind of put it on the back burner until I, for a few weeks or until I find out more. But
Wow.
those kind of videos are always really exciting too, because it's like, oh, I can't wait. I know this. And I can't wait till everyone else gets to know.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're like learning yourself
Yeah.
as you're diving in to the video, the creation of the video. Like you're having to learn things too.
Yeah.
Interesting. You said that sometimes you want to talk about something, but then you have to do more research.
Hmm.
How do you go about that? Like I'm sure, with your following, you want to make sure you're not just like saying stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously. So how do you balance, I guess, like the breaking kind of stuff, but then also making sure that it's true?
Well,
Like, how
yeah,
does...
that's the thing. It's kind of just takes, you got to kind of look at who it's coming from, and also, just try to do your research and see like who else is saying these things, or sometimes just go to the source themselves, and that's the
Oh
thing.
wow.
Like, I've built a lot of relationships with cast members and people on these shows, so I get a lot of insider information. I'm not friends with everybody or cool with everybody, but there are times, there's been a few times where like there's been a guy that was on a show that came out, and his Instagram posted that he was dead. So I reported it because I'm like, it's coming from his
What?
profile. But then it ended up being a hoax, and I'm like, oh, and I had to come back out and be like, yeah,
Do the
I
retraction.
apologize. So that's the thing. I kind of, if I know it's something that's like serious, allegations, then I really make sure like we take our time and like look into, get some more verify something else before putting it out. It just kind of depends on what it is, and
Yeah, and are you doing it? Are you doing that all by yourself? Do you have people that help you?
No, I do it all by myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Because I see you're very consistent,
Mm-hmm.
like with your content. You also run your cosmetics business as well.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you divide up and balance like between the YouTube and then you have the cosmetics and then you have obviously your personal life and family? How do you?
It can be
balance
hard, and then that's the thing. When I feel like when you're self-employed, sometimes like when you work at home, it's hard to like know when to turn it off.
Oh yeah, I can relate to that.
And but I mean, I try to like balance it out. Like I wait, like during the day I can't film because my kids are awake, and I have toddlers, and there's no way I can film with them in the background. But so I usually have to wait till, that's another thing a lot of people don't know. A lot of my videos I have to film at like midnight or 1 a.m. after they're in bed, or sometimes if they're up so late, I'm so tired I'll have to set my alarm for 5 a.m. and wake up before they get up, because I want to make sure like I don't wake up too close where they're gonna wake up to where I still have time. So like sometimes I'm like, I wish I had like more time to sleep and I could be more on point. Like sometimes I'm like, I probably wasn't as sharp because I was super tired. But I try to, I still balance it. Like I'll try to wake up and spend time with my kids, and then when my daughter goes to school and like my son takes a nap, I'll try to like focus on my cosmetic. Luckily that is something that I don't have to do every single day, just when I do orders and just when I do inventory, but I'll try to spend at least like 2-3 days a week on it, working on stuff with that. So it's not like, I can still balance it. And then with the YouTube, that's usually when my kids are asleep, or if they're busy eating or something, I'll sit down and do some research. I'm always trying to find ways to juggle it. I feel like there's not enough hours in the day, especially like when I'm trying to do like, I do like affiliate marketing too, where I get products from companies, or we'll do reviews and stuff like that. And like I just did like a brand deal with Chili's. I just did a brand deal with Sonic the other day.
I saw your post.
Yeah,
that was a deal with
cool
them.
Because I've never been to like.
Oh, that's really cool.
I just started working with restaurants, and I've never been like that before. That's cool. Like I've worked with, like smaller business. I've worked with some other businesses that are big, but not like, I feel like that is in every town almost. Well, I mean, there's not Chili's everywhere, but I feel like everybody.
Sonic, I mean, those are pretty.
Everybody knows what. Yeah, there's a Sonic everywhere.
Those are pretty legit.
So it's like, it's cool. Wow. That's another thing. Like trying to cut that into my schedule on top of everything else. But
oh my gosh,
it's I just gotta. I try to really make sure, like, okay, we're gonna spend an hour researching, and then the next 4 hours, like, I'm gonna just spend the time with my kids, and then they're, it's just all balanced, yeah.
Yeah, that's a skill. I mean, that's very impressive.
It's hard, it's because with my kids, it's unpredictable. One day my kid may not take a nap, and so I'm the sole caregiver. So it's like, okay, we don't really get to do research today. We're gonna have to wake up at 5 a.m. But we make it happen. That's the thing. It's hard because I have to wake up so early sometimes, but it's not always going to be like this. They'll be in school one day and they'll be more balanced,
more self-sufficient. And dang, well, if I ever heard a story like that, I would use the word super mom. I mean, that's very that's so impressive. I mean, I can only partially relate, but I think that a lot of self-employed people can relate to that, like shutting it off, and like you said, like sleepless nights, just because stuff has to get done. Yeah. And it's not the same as, I'll just do it tomorrow, like at the office. It's like, no, it needs to get done. Like, there's this thing I want to talk about, or for me, if I have a gig coming up, it's like 9 to like midnight is my practice time, because I don't just want to go away during the day with the family. So you have to put it aside, and then it affects your sleep, but you have to do it. So it's definitely a hard balance, and it sounds like you've really got good at like time management. Yeah, and then it's like also hard too with I do news, because I'm like, sometimes like right if I do something I have verification and I want to break it right then and there. It's like, I wish I could break it right now, maybe do, and then by the time I do make a video, it's like, somebody else, a few other people got a chance to talk about it. I didn't get a chance to break it. And it's like, that's frustrating, but, it won't always be like that. That's the thing about news is like, it's right now. It's like each day is changing. Yeah. The story will update. Yeah. And because I know you probably want to put out like quality, like you don't want to just. Yeah. selfie freeball it, like, you know, like
Yeah.
you want to make it like all your videos look very professional, so you want to put the time in.
Yeah, and
It's a tough balance.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes because it's like, man, I just want to go right then and there, but you know, we gotta wait until we do it. But I respect it because a lot of my viewers, even if they've seen it somewhere else, they'll still come watch my video because they want to hear my take on it and, you know, hear what else. Because even if I'll try to do whatever I can, like if there's something that's coming out, I'm going to try to figure out as much information as I can to see if I can bring, you know, something exclusive or additional. So a lot of people I know, I think, a lot of times I think my viewers will know, okay, well, maybe if I saw it here, maybe I can get something additional here and still want to watch it. So that's cool.
No, that makes sense. I mean, people are like, you know, interested about these subjects, and what I actually am thinking of with you saying like they want to get your take on it is even something like sports. It's like there's a game that happened. There's a game like we all know the outcome of the game, but then there's these few people that I want to hear what they think about it and their like opinions on it.
Yeah.
So it kind of reminds me in a way. Like, yeah, I think people do like because they like you, they like Amber. It's like the story is the hook, but I think people stay because of your personality and like your production and things like that. So that definitely makes sense.
Yeah, I think they come mostly for like the stories and stuff.
Give yourself some credit.
I don't know.
Hey, a lot of people try like with that route of, I mean, all kinds of social media. I mean, the amount of stuff posted every day is like insane now. Like I don't even know how many hours a day is posted on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to say number sounds silly, but it's like millions.
Oh yeah, I saw
or something, right?
Like a post. I think it was on Facebook or something talking about that. And it's a lot.
Oh yeah, I think that just, I mean, like, you know, obviously your personality, but also like the consistency. Like it's so tough. Like because you you see the fun side of like, oh, you have this YouTube channel, it's doing well, and you have this business is doing well, but it's like all the steps it took you to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, it did only take you 3 weeks to get monetized, though. I read. So that's
but that's because I had to treat it like a job, and and it's.
But you went hard, didn't you? Every day.
You gotta. That's the thing. If you don't stay consistent, you know, if you just disappear, people forget about you. You know, there's a time I got my channel because I was using clips from other videos, and there's times where I didn't like show my face in the video, and I got in trouble on my channel, and I got demonetized for 3 months, like all summer, and they took my whole paycheck for the month, and it was so hard because I'm like, oh, I can't pay my rent, and so that's why, you know, sometimes I hate it because I can't. I get scared to show clips, like unless my face is on the screen, you know, and it's like it's confusing because you see other YouTubers or news do it and they're fine with it, but you know, there's times I know I showed way too much of videos too, so I finally got. It was like a couple years ago, and I got demonetized for 3 months, and it's like I was still trying to. At first, I took like a break. I'm like, I'm not getting paid. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna just focus on my kids. You know, I'm depressed, and after like a month or so, it's like, you know, people forget about you quick. I was losing subscribers, and so I started slowly, you know, uploading again, and at first I really had to build my momentum back up because I really like my views were like in the hundreds, going from the thousands to hundreds, and I had to build my way back up. And then finally when I got remonetized a few months later, it took about a month or two to get back to normal, but it just goes to show like how quick, if you're not consistent, like people can just move on and forget about you.
Yeah, that's really true, and I didn't know that happened as far as like it's hard to tote the line of like copyright stuff, and I know they're changing it all the time.
And you know, I've had people offer to be editors for me, you know, and there's some really good editors that have offered me, you know, great, you know, where it wouldn't cost me that much. But it's like at the same time I get so scared about that because it's like I've seen their editing and they use videos, and it's like I don't know, I don't want to risk, you know, my channel over that, so
they're not going to be as cautious as you because it's like your
and
business.
It's like I hate it because you know, I feel like if I was able to show clips and stuff, it makes my videos more, you know, interactive and more easier to watch, but you know, it's like I get scared, so it's like I play it safe sometimes, and it kind of sucks, but I'd rather play it safe and still be there than
I mean, that's your income.
Yeah.
And that's another, like, interesting topic is, like, I know you said, your full-time income is YouTube and then social media production and then your cosmetics business as well.
And that's when I started my cosmetics business.
Oh, really? That's
demonetized because I was like, I have to have something. It's not something that I can sustain myself and pay all my bills with, but it helps. And so I was like, I at least need something to fall back on, like worst case scenario that's going to bring something in. So
that's smart.
That's when I decided to do that. I'm like, at least if I invest my money into this, I'll make my money back and some. So
that's awesome. I mean, that's really showing, your what would it be, acuity as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Like having the entrepreneurial spirit is you're like, I'm going to take this situation and I'm gonna diversify my business.
It was really when my back was against the wall. It's like I always wanted to do it, but it's like that's what kind of made me finally pull the trigger, and I'm glad I did because you can't just depend on one sole thing today with social media, because I just learned like how quickly it can be taken from you, and I got lucky I was able to get mine back. But you hear people all the time like on Facebook or YouTube or even TikTok, all of a sudden get demonetized or lose their platform, and some people never get answers.
You never get back sometimes.
I mean, luckily I got answers, but the thing was they still weren't very detailed. They're like, you reuse videos, but I wish they'd be like, okay, you did this and did that. Luckily
like timestamp video.
Yeah, like this is what you did. Don't do it again. And then even when I like cut all my videos out that showed any other videos, and I had to reapply, they turned me down the first time, and I had to wait another month. It was like I think I was only, or no, it was like a few more weeks I had to wait, and then but yeah, even then I'm like, okay, it's confusing because I've deleted all this stuff, and then I'm like, okay, maybe someone was like, oh, they don't like if you show like Instagram or Facebook posts. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. It's just confusing. I wish they would just explain it. But I understand they get so many things like that. That would probably be like they'd probably have to sink millions into having people check all that kind of stuff.
It's more and more AI.
Yeah, that's the thing that was frustrating. I felt like it was AI just quickly going over and not really having a human go over. It's just like I feel like when I did my... What was it? When I requested my appeal, I feel like it was done by AI because it was really quick, and I just feel like they just... So if they saw anything that looked like anything, they just turned it down without clarifying it. Like, I've had sponsorship videos, like, when I first started, get turned down because the lighting wasn't good. And it's like,
really?
It made me realize, like, lighting, angles, and getting people to... People's attention spans are so short, keeping people's attention, and, fast pace is what I'm trying to think of. You got to really have fast paced content. That's the thing I'm trying to get better at, is trying to have, like...
Yeah, I feel like you got a good speaking pace, though. Like,
you're
keeping
no, like, when I do, like, haul videos or, like, a product review and stuff, like, trying to get more fast pace and stuff, because it's like, well, I don't want to, like, short a brand and do, like, a 30-second video, and they're like, okay, what's this? I give you a $100 product, and you give me a 30-second video. But it's like, sometimes, like, with... I'll look at other TikTokers and be like, okay, you see how fast paced, people will be like 1-2 seconds and they're on to the next frame. Kind of like Mr. Beast. Have you seen Mr. Beast? Like,
the way they clip it, like the framing of it, like it'll be like bouncing around almost.
Or like if you've seen like a Mr. Beast video, how many different frames you see.
So many angles, like jump. No, you're right.
Or even that's another thing I need to get better at. Like when I want to, like, eventually, be able to get another camera and have multiple angles and stuff.
Yeah, when I first did my first few, I had 2 individual angles.
And a lot of editing.
But the amount of editing, and then, like, to just even process over an hour video in your system, just the exporting and all this stuff, I'm like, I'm not there.
I still do everything off my phone and my laptop. Like, I don't even have a camera, but
that's so
I want to get a camera, but it's like I'm not super techy,
I see. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
To learn.
I'm trying to figure out the right
exposure and there's a lot more settings on it. But man, the phone cameras though nowadays.
That's the thing, and that's like so another thing I want to touch on. Like, so many people think you have to have the best of everything, but literally, I started off a crappy phone that was probably like a $50 Android phone from mobile, and just use and I still use like the free apps to edit my stuff.
Yeah,
well, I pay $10 a month.
It's super cheap. Like, do you use CapCut or what do you like to use?
I like CapCut and I like KineMaster and InShot. Like KineMaster is what I use for my YouTube videos, and CapCut's more like TikTok or Facebook and stuff like that.
And then Clipchamp is free on all Microsoft devices.
I haven't tried that.
You can use Clipchamp. It's like a professional grade. It's licensed by Microsoft.
Oh,
so kind of like how they have like Word and all those different programs. That's a good thing to say though, especially like in the modern era with so much technological advancement now. Like, I mean, my whole setup, like you can get a mic. I have way better mics for actually singing, but like this was like $30-$40. Lights were like $20 a pop. A camera stand $15. Like it doesn't take much.
It really doesn't take much. Yeah, I had a phone and I just started with my phone, and then it took me, when I got my first YouTube check, I'm like, okay, I gotta reinvest this. I got like a cheap fine. I think it was like a $30 Amazon mic. And
oh wow, you started about 5 years ago.
Yeah, and then at first, like, I don't even think I showed my face. Well, I did show my face up first, but those videos weren't even. I was doing like unboxing videos, and
I watched some of your earliest posted videos.
Some of them were unlisted because they're so bad. But that's another thing. Like when my first video was like a Catholic Charities, like what is it? Like a food. What's it called? The
like food pantry? Okay,
yeah. Because I was so broke, I couldn't afford anything. I was literally doing food pantry hauls, and it's like, okay, look, now I'm getting products from brands, and it's like that's another thing. Like people are like, how do you get started with doing things? Well, you just gotta start filming things, filming things around your house, unboxings. I started with food pantry unboxings.
Wow.
And, I mean, people weren't interested in that, but, look at how far I came. But, like, that's the thing. If you want to try to get sponsorships and stuff, I was getting, like, makeup that, hadn't been in for, like, years, out of style for, like, for a few years, making videos, because I can't afford, like, back then I couldn't afford like the nicest, fanciest makeup and stuff, but it worked. It eventually got people's attention, and brands started reaching out saying, oh, I saw, like, I was getting skincare products from Temu and stuff like that. But then I got bigger skincare brands reaching out to me saying, oh, I saw your affordable skincare video, and they started offering me better deals, with better products. So
wow, that's really valuable information from someone like you who has like gone through the process of, like you said, starting with just the $50 phone all the way to like this is your income now, and it can like support you. Like that's such an important step to just basically just do it.
And that's the thing. So many people want to like be like, I gotta get this whole setup with soundproof and this, and then they don't even really know or what they want to do yet, or they know what they want to do, but they haven't proven it yet. Like they'll want to invest thousands. I've seen it happen time and time again. People think they need to invest thousands into a studio, and they think they're gonna do like politics, or they think they're just going to talk about their life, and it's like, at first people don't know you, I'm not trying to be mean, but a lot of people don't care about a stranger.
It's not a proven concept yet. Like same with it, like even a product business, like it takes a lot of grinding and like upfront effort.
And there'll be people that invest thousands, and I had to pivot my content. At first I was like, let me just do unboxings, let me do makeup, and then
I read about that. You started with the skincare products, and it kind of went into,
and then that's when I was like, I was watching so much reality TV, and I was watching YouTube a lot because it was right after like COVID and stuff like that, and I just had my baby, I just had my baby.
2020,
Yeah. So, and I was watching a lot of YouTube, because I was just at home, my baby was sleeping all the time, and back then I was like watching reality TV and watching people talk about it, and I'm like, you know what, like there's this one YouTuber called True Feelings by Me, and she covers like shows like Love After Lockup, and she's so funny. I love her videos so much. But
I saw you had a lot of videos Love After Lockup, and I'm wondering, so that's a show. Love After. Okay, I haven't seen the show. Okay.
And she inspired me. I'm like,
that's really
wow,
awesome.
Like she was so funny watching her takes and stuff like that, and I would like watch the show and be like, I can't wait to see what she has to say about this. So I was like, let me start trying to do that, because, after I had my kids and I got sober, I really didn't have a lot of friends. So getting online was an outlet, and finding communities like people who follow these shows and stuff like that interested me. And it was just nice to be able to like build a community and stuff like that, and like just be able to talk, and start conversations through my videos and stuff like that. It really helped me with like my loneliness. And at first I didn't think it was going to be a job. It was more like a hobby, but you know, it took off. You know, I was on maternity leave from my job, so I just started putting all my time and energy into that and treating it like a job. I've always been like a hustler. I've always tried all these small businesses, but they never really took off. And then I finally, you know, found what worked for me, because I never was passionate about what I was trying to get into. I was just trying to get into because I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I didn't want to work a 9 to 5. I tried to get into like baking, and you know, I'm good with some things like strawberries and stuff like that, but you know, I wasn't, you know, my grandma wasn't teaching me all her baking recipes. Like, I was no expert in it, you know. I was just wanting to get into it because for the freedom, financial freedom. But I realized that I wasn't passionate about it, and there just wasn't a market for it, you know. And then just had to pivot, you know, until I found what I like. And just like what YouTube, kind of had to pivot until I found what I liked.
Wow. That's a really good sentiment, I think, that a lot of people will ask, even someone like yourself, like, who has found success, you know, in these lines of business, like, what do I do? How do I get into YouTube? And I think that's a good, like, you know, piece of advice is like, just do what you would basically do for free. Like, if you would do it for free, or at least for a low wage, just because you enjoy it, then that's gonna ultimately like make you consistent, which is then gonna make you successful over the long run.
Because my first check I got from YouTube was less than my other job. It was kind of close, and luckily at the time, like,
how was that feeling? Your first check from YouTube?
But you know, I was working in fast food before, so it wasn't like I was making the big bucks.
No, that's exciting though. It must have been like you're working fast food while making money on YouTube.
And then
that's really exciting.
Well, I was on maternity leave, and then my first check was, and I was about to go back to work in like a few weeks, and I was like, they were messaging me, like, trying to get me to go back. And luckily my ex, my child's father at the time, luckily it was like COVID, you know, the stimulus checks came out, so I had a little money in my bank from the stimuluses. I don't think if I had that, between that or my child's father being willing to help out, you know, cover, you know, the bills while I was focusing on this for a few months and trying to get it in order, I don't think that I would have been able to get it to like take off like that. Luckily I had a supportive partner at that time, so he was fine with me, you know, not paying the bills and, you know, paying my part for a few months, you know. But not everybody's lucky like that. But
true, it might take longer.
And you know, like Mr. Beast, for example, it took him like 10 years to take off. Like, nobody was watching his videos, like 50, 100 people and stuff like that. So
no, it's very even one that I know that's probably not maybe in like your realm of content, but is Demetrius Johnson. So he was a UFC champion on TV, and he had to grind out his YouTube channel for like 7 years. And he was already like this well-known, like on TV, best fighter in the world, and he had to grind out on YouTube.
So that's just like a point. Like,
which is
it
pretty
took
crazy.
me like 3 weeks, but that's not normal. For most people, they gotta grind out, especially if you're only dropping one video a week or one video a month.
That's
like,
a big one.
A lot of people aren't dropping videos every single day or even every other day.
That's a big commitment. I learned.
When
I did it for a little bit, but oh man, even just posting something simple every day is like, you really have to be on top.
I mean, I'd like to be one of those creators that can just upload 3 or 4 times a day and be good.
Man, I feel like you need a team.
A few videos out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, that'd be nice, but you know, we're not there yet.
Especially with news, I feel like it can be a little more sporadic.
Well,
like
because you never know. Because there's times where I've been forcing myself. I used to not take any days off, but now I'm forced myself. Like, you have to take 2 days off a week just to, you know, catch up on things around the house and stuff like that, and spend time with loved ones. And what's the point I was trying to make with this?
We were talking about, now I don't know what we were talking about.
Oh,
you got me too?
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Hang on.
We were talking about,
That's a good point, though, what I was going to make.
We're talking about people starting out. It takes time, but that's not normal for everyone.
Yeah, it's not normal for everyone.
So that's good to know. Oh, dang, I got lost too.
Yeah, there's something else after that.
I was totally invested too, and then when you asked, I was like, wait.
Oh, no, I've been taking a few days off a week, but
okay.
Where was I going with that?
Yeah.
A few days off a week.
But still
but
consistent.
there'll be some times where I'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna take today off and relax, but something big will come out, so I'll be like,
oh,
okay,
right,
I gotta
right.
wake up and talk about this because if there's
Yeah.
something big, people want to hear about it right that day, and it can make a difference.
You feel that
views,
pressure,
thousands of views if you
Yeah.
can get it out first, But sometimes, like you were pointing out, sometimes it's better to take a little time. But, with news, you gotta be
go.
out there quick.
I've even posted just clips about, like, news about, like, sports world stuff, and it can get, like, 30, 40,000 views.
Yeah.
Just because it's recent.
In that time,
Yeah, but if you post it one day later,
you gotta get it while
you're
it's
not
hot.
going to get any views. Yeah, 'cause people are searching for it. It's always fun to look at, like, the statistics.
Keywords,
And, it's like, what's bringing someone to your video.
I like to go to the
It's really
YouTube and go to the search bar and type in, like, what it is, and then see all the recommendations. Those are good for, like, I've learned for, like, keywords in your YouTube channel and stuff like that.
Do the research.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
And
really
find
awesome.
what other people are typing in, so it makes it easier for people to find your videos.
Heck yeah. I mean, I'm sure you can speak a lot to, like, how that, like, it really is like a science
Yeah.
to making a good video.
Yeah, because I've known people who had good quality videos, and they just did not know how to title them, how to put the right thumbnail on it,
That's a good
how to
one.
put keywords, or even filling out the description makes a big difference. I mean, usually I just copy and paste, like, promote my other social medias, but I'm trying to get better, like, posting more keywords, because I notice when I do post more keywords in my description, it helps my videos. I mean, not by big difference, but it does make
Even
a difference.
at 5% or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you should use, I'm not sure how much you use it, but I use it every day. I actually implement things at work with it, is AI.
Yeah, oh yeah, no,
The word processors for descriptions of videos.
word process.
So it's like, it basically processes, so if you have, your editing software and you make your video, you can actually just literally copy and paste the closed captions from the video that encompasses everything you're saying, put it into the AI, like paste it into, like, ChatGPT, and be like, make me a video description, and it takes like 5 seconds.
Oh wow.
Just something I've done at work.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do it with my Instagram descriptions, but I haven't thought about that for YouTube descriptions. That's cool.
You can use the captions. It's crazy, and the way I discovered it is at work, I make operational procedures, and I have to make, like, a video.
Yeah.
And instead of having to, like, type it all out manually and then line it up with a video, I just make the video something I'm already good at, like, doing, and then you can extract the captions, paste it into ChatGPT, and it'll write me a really good operational procedure, for
That's
example.
awesome.
But you can use it for, like, descriptions too. So
I know.
AI is crazy.
AI is changing the world. Like, especially with
content?
my job, like, I've been able to use, like, help with my storytelling more, like making pictures and, like, videos, just typing, describing it. But I haven't gotten into that, that new app that's all out. They're posting all over social media recently.
Sora is
yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
I haven't got invited, or only certain people. I think you have to be an iPhone user. I think that's what I found out why I couldn't get it. But
I'm pretty sure you can get it because I use it on our professional. I think if you get a professional account,
oh really?
It's like $30-$40 a month, and you can get access to it.
I need to look into it.
I'm pretty sure I have
like,
access to it. Yeah.
That AI is like with the audio and everything.
Oh,
not everything's
it's
perfect,
crazy.
but a lot of them were like, dang. I was seeing all these ones they had Jake Paul and stuff.
Oh man, yeah. My favorite is the chiropractor, and they'll just, like, throw someone through a wall. They're like, "I'm gonna give you an adjustment now," and just launch them. I'm like,
it's
oh
my gosh, like, that's gonna change the game for YouTube and stuff, like,
it
telling
is.
stories. I just sometimes get scared. I'm like, okay, hopefully it's all copyright free, but
hard to know. If it's AI though, you own it if you generated it. I think technically. So.
But yeah, it's just, I can't wait to see where that goes.
Even just like productivity, it's definitely making a big impact. I mean, 5 years ago, there's nothing like what's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna
exactly.
Really change. I get a little scared of it.
I would get. I know.
I'm like, what if all the content is just AI one day?
Yeah, I know. It's like, wow, are they gonna take my job?
I know, right?
I mean, like, right now they're still where their voices aren't that good. But I've seen some AI channels blow up. But I heard YouTube is supposed to be cracking down on it too.
Yeah, I think they're not gonna be hopefully promoting them as much.
Yeah.
As, like, harder work, like your videos where you really have to investigate and, like, it's your voice. They can tell when it's AI.
Yeah.
By the pixels or something.
Some of them, I mean, like, some of them have gotten really good though.
The AI music, have you heard that?
Oh, I know. There's, like,
oh,
I don't know if you know what Gypsy Rose is, but Gypsy Rose, she's
no, I heard
the
that.
girl who, like, unalived her mother. She's a true crime chick, but she posted some song on her social media of like she just put her voice in and it made a whole song.
Yeah, they'll do remixes.
It's like wow, like
yeah,
I can't believe how far it's came.
I cover some of these songs. They make old school like Many Men by 50 Cent.
Oh yeah.
And the AI cover of that is so good. Like it's scary good.
Yeah.
I heard it off another podcast and I'm like, this is terrifying.
Well, even Taylor Swift just used AI in her last album
Did
that
she?
just came out. Yeah, she was getting some backlash because people are like, okay, you're a millionaire, why are you using it? But
Hey.
I haven't heard the songs, but I really haven't heard anybody I mean, some people are like, oh, the album's not that good, but I haven't heard anybody complaining specifically about the AI, so it must not be that bad.
No, and obviously she can sing. So yeah, my favorite meme of her album is Travis Kelce reacting to this song that's about personal things between
yeah oh yeah
his,
yes
she called it a tree or something, I forgot.
Yeah,
but that's so funny.
I was reading the lyrics on Facebook, somebody posted
it. Yeah, like Dara's brothers are asking him about it. I'm like, oh man, that one's been my favorite meme from the album so far. No, I haven't heard it though, but I know that she's now like kind of connected to Casey, which is pretty funny. Like, what are the chances of that all of a sudden Taylor Swift's connected? I think she was just
like filming with Tech Nine and
Casey.
Chris Calico last night. She was like in a music video or something with them last night.
I thought that was a meme about someone who they got to kind of look like her.
Maybe it was AI.
Now I'm gonna have to look. That's the thing nowadays. I feel like if I ever get caught in something, I'll be like, oh, it's just AI. Like, you get caught.
I was showing my boyfriend, like, we just went to Branson. I was showing him, cool. There's like this thing I saw on Facebook, like this big tower, like this swing, like this big mountainous swing, and it was so dangerous. I wish I had a screenshot. I'm like, oh my god, look at this, we need to go do this. And he's like, no. And like, I'm good usually telling what AI is, like, okay, that's fake. I feel like it needs to all be watermarked or something, but I was like, and then there's people, in the comments saying, oh, I did it, it wasn't that bad, so I was buying it, but then I scrolled down, and people are like, this is AI, and then I started looking, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is AI, but I bought it at first. I'm sitting there telling my boyfriend at first it's real.
Yeah, some of it looks too good. Yeah. Like, I'm with you. There needs to be some kind of, like, disclaimer here, like, because one day you're not going to be able to, I mean, and that's the thing about even social media, we're still so early.
Yeah.
In terms of human history.
Yeah, like, I mean, we don't really know the full dangers of AI either yet.
No, or social media, or even, like, I see a future where, can you imagine, like, 100 years from now, let's just say things are, we haven't blown each other up by then?
Yeah.
Like, or done something stupid. Like, I see a future where almost everyone has some kind of, like, content, like, something. Like, because it'll be like, why not? Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially kids with tablets and stuff.
They got the, you can get it in your glasses now.
Yeah, you can just record your life. You can just go to work, and, like, I think we'll see a huge influx of people doing content creation.
Yeah. Well, and there's so many kids, like, ask them what they want to be. They want to be a YouTuber or a TikToker.
I'm like, it's not what you think.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Most of the time.
It takes a lot more than just little dance moves.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're like a really good dancer, but.
No, but it's a business. I mean, you're running a business,
yeah.
Ultimately. So, yeah, it's really cool, your story and how far you came. And I wanted to ask about one of your oldest videos on your channel it was a skateboarder, and they were like it was like 18 years old, I think, or something, and they were jumping off of
Yeah, it's my neighbor down the street.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know, like, how that ended up on my YouTube channel. I don't remember uploading it.
I love that.
My earlier videos I unlisted. I don't know. There's this guy that used to like come out like this Unforgivable series. Did you ever remember those videos?
If I saw one, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
But I don't know if I remember.
So I'm not even gonna quote it because it's so bad.
Oh no!
This guy was like, I don't know. It's some guy black guy that would come out and be like, I want some chicken and waffle fries, and he used to call him the B word, and I don't know. So me and my friend were like 15, like screaming at the camera, acting like that. And looking back, I was watching it and so cringe. I enlisted it. At first, I kept it up.
You don't want someone to dig it from the depths and be like, "What's this, Amber?"
I was a little kid. Like,
that's the scary thing, huh? Is like a lot of us like.
I feel like I got into YouTube like when it was, because if I would have made videos back then, people would have been like, oh, you're embarrassing, you're cringe, you know.
Yeah.
Luckily, there's maybe 100 views on those videos, so they didn't really get attention. But,
yeah.
you know, luckily, you know, I had started my channel when I was, you know, more mature and grown up and stuff at that point. You know, it kind of happened at the right moment, I feel like.
Yeah, because, I mean, you can definitely shoot yourself in the foot with that.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not mature enough yet.
Yeah,
and
that's what I feel with these kids.
Shit
like,
posting.
You know, if you get a kid, you know, like if I was posting when I was 15, I feel like I would have got myself in trouble quick.
I would have been banned.
I was, yeah. That's why, like, I'm like thinking, like, how am I going to do this with my kids? Am I going to have to go through everything before they post it? Like, how are we going to monitor this?
Yeah, I know you said you made a lot of changes and a lot of adjustments, even just, I know, growing up, and then, like, when you had your first, your daughter, right? You made it, I know you kind of mentioned that earlier, so kind of, can you talk about that as far as making that change and like, getting past that and what you've made of it? I mean, it's really incredible.
I started using drugs when I was only like 16. I started dating this guy when I was like 25, when I was like 16.
Oh, wow.
And I started doing with, like pain pills, you know, back then. And that's, you know, as a dumb kid, I didn't really understand, you know, this guy's too old for me and everything back then.
Or probably like the consequences. Of it. I mean, when we're 16, I feel like I just thought,
I'm cool. I got me an older boyfriend. But, he was on heroin, and I started doing pain pills, and I started doing heroin, and
oh my gosh,
I got on that at like 16, and I was on that for 10 years, over 10 years, and then once I got sober with my daughter, as soon as I found out, or not sober, what am I talking about? As soon as I got found out I was pregnant with my daughter, I got sober. Yeah, and that's another thing, like, when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, I was finally able to get insurance, and through that insurance, I was able to get, you know, help to sober up. And that's the thing. Before that, I may have been able to get insurance, you know, from being low income, working through fast food, but I didn't really have all that kind of information.
The process and
I wasn't close with my family for all those years. They kind of just, you know, weren't close with me because they didn't want to deal with all that. So I didn't really have anybody telling me, like, oh, you can go get on. And because I wanted to get clean for so many years, but I didn't have the money to go, you know, spend $30,000 on a rehab. No kidding.
That's such an incredible, like, turnaround, though, because I know you said when you found out you're pregnant, right, you pretty much, you're just like, I'm done.
Yeah, like, it's like, I can't, I love my kid too much. I don't want to be one of these, you know, moms that lose their kids and picks drugs over their kids. You know, and it's like,
I've seen it happen,
And so as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I'm like, okay, we have to grow up now. And I literally got sober that day. And, I went to an outpatient and got sober that day. And, and after then, I had my daughter. My daughter came like 6 weeks early. And I worked up until the day I had her. Well, the day before.
What?
And then I had to go to the emergency room, had an emergency C-section, but
oh my god.
Then I was going to take a few months off for maternity leave, and I just got so bored, lonely, and, you know, that's when I started posting on YouTube. Yeah, that's the thing, you know, I've always been like a hustler. I can't just sit around and not do anything. Like, I don't get how people can do that. Like, people who don't work do just sit there, and, you know, it's nice watching TV, but, you know, I can't just sit there and watch TV and sit on the couch all day. But so it's
my favorite when someone has like no kids and they're like, I'm so busy.
Yeah, I'm so tired.
I'm tired.
Okay.
Maybe.
You don't even know.
Maybe. Yeah, no kidding.
But so I just started posting on YouTube, and that really just became a really good outlet for me. Like, it really helped with my mental health. It eventually helped financially, and
no kidding. You know, that's such an incredible like difference of like where your energy was going.
And I was gonna go back to fast food, but luckily my ex talked me out of it. He's like, you need to see. He said, give it one more month and see how much you make, and then if you don't feel comfortable, you can go back, but don't sit there. Because if I would have went back, they're pushing me to go back, I probably would have never focused on YouTube or had the time for it.
How could you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Especially, you know, I got kids and stuff now that, you know, depend on. And that's the thing. Another thing, I tried to go back to work with my daughter, and back then, I'm working at fast food, so I couldn't afford daycare. I'm living paycheck to paycheck.
Oh, it's so expensive.
My daughter was unexpected, so yeah, I was irresponsible, getting pregnant with her, but
it seems like it made a really positive.
Yeah, but it changed me for the better. It made me a really better person. But at the time, I wasn't in the best place financially. Yeah. And so.
But you figured it out.
Yeah.
Through hard work.
I'm trying to figure out where I was going with that.
That's really
Sorry.
awesome.
So.
No, you're good. You're talking about fast food.
Okay,
How if you didn't go back, or if you would have went back.
Yeah, if I would have went back.
But you couldn't. The daycare's crazy.
Oh yeah, daycare.
It's
so
crazy.
I tried to get. I was working at fast food, living paycheck to paycheck, but I couldn't get food stamps. I didn't. They said I was like always right on the line where I couldn't get food stamps. But I'm living paycheck to paycheck, but I can't get food stamps or other stuff like that. And I tried to get, they got the government child care, so I tried to call them and get it. And they gave it to me for 3 hours a day, from 11 to 2 every day.
What?
And I'm like,
That's
okay.
weird.
I'm like, I work from 11 to 8, but I got like an hour break between 2 and 3. And then so they're like, oh, we can cover it from 11 to 2. I'm like, okay, like that's not even worth it for me to go to work for 3 hours a day. And,
no, they needed. I mean, that's definitely something that, not to get into politics here, but I'm definitely on the. I hope that we can just find a good way to help people in need.
But that's the thing. I probably would have just like continued living in poverty. If they never would have took that jump and just like trying to depend on the system, even though they didn't really ever help me. But,
and fortunately, your ex helped you too, and you got to that point.
Yeah.
So, but it took a. I mean, that's a really incredible story.
Yeah. And then I just started focusing on that. And like when I was on drugs, I obsessed with that. I was very unhealthy. That's all I could think about. It was hard for me to be happy around people and just sit and be in the moment. And I just put all that energy, into my YouTube channel and just kind of became obsessed with it. And when you just see like the numbers going up and seeing like what's working, and just like tweaking things. It's like a little rush. It's fun, especially when I get a good story. Like it's almost like as much of a rush as drugs used to give me. Like I'll be feeling on cloud 9, all happy, like I can't wait to get this out. Like sometimes I'll get so shaky, like if I get so excited knowing something, or
That's
get
awesome.
not all the time, but it's like I'm glad I found what I love, because I've never found a job that I really liked. I was just there to pay the bills, even though they really could barely pay any of them. But
I mean, and especially fast food. I think everyone should have to work at fast food because my first few legal jobs were at fast food too, and like it's not.
And
easy.
I was a manager. I was working long hours, and I was making like $12 an hour. They'll
be like, but you get overtime. You're like,
yeah,
that's what they'll tell you.
And it's like they had like the Jimmy John's I worked at, like they had somebody rob them at gunpoint, and I had this guy throw a drink at me in the drive-thru. Yeah.
I worked at Jimmy John's as a GM for 3 days.
Oh, really?
They had me back there in the morning at 5 a.m. squishing the tuna. Oh my gosh.
What's it called?
I didn't eat tuna for years. Yeah. Well, 3 mornings. And they're like, it has to weigh a certain amount before we can put the tuna away for sandwiches.
I remember that. That was so annoying.
Oh, yeah. It was brutal. So I was in training too. So
did you go to Jimmy John's school?
No, I opted out. It was the one downtown. It was within like a building, like within a
Crown Center,
a big office building. Yeah, it was inside of a bigger, but I think it was.
Crown Center. I used to be a manager there, actually.
Yeah, I got hired by this guy, super cool guy. He was like bigger.
Michael.
He's been there for a long time.
Big Mike.
He hired me.
I love him. He
was a really awesome guy. Like, he ran his business immaculate.
Yes,
honestly.
He's the manager at another Jimmy John's, I believe. I think in
Kansas, he did 2 of them, I think.
Good. Yeah. He's one of the best managers I've ever had. And I was in my transitional living house with him, like, after I got out of jail. And he's got a really amazing story too. He just hit 10 years sober, I think.
Wow. And, he was a really genuine guy. So go see Big Mike at Jimmy John's. Yeah.
I worked at so many Jimmy John's. I think I worked there with him. I worked at 39th and Broadway with him. He's been all over the place. I mean, so have I.
I was impressed by the quality of it though. Like they do make their bread every day. Like they're really immaculate.
Well, not so much anymore now that they do toast the sandwiches now.
So they do? Because even when I was there, they didn't.
Well, that's their whole, thing being freaky fast, but now because they don't toast them, that's why you're supposed to make sandwiches in 30 seconds, but they now toast them, and these extra things, so they're not so much freaky fast anymore.
Well, freaky good. They were drilling me. Big John was drilling me or Big Mike.
Yeah, Big Mike.
I said Big John because that's
number 2.
That's a UFC personality, former referee. They were drilling me on how to wrap the sandwiches. Like it had to be a very specific.
Yeah.
Like
I remember, to my head, I can still see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow. Well, that's so amazing that something where I know obviously just having a kid out of the blue. So I had my first son when I was 17. So I can. Yeah. Relate to that in a way, not in the same way as you being a mom, but just the impact on your life. But then you really made it into something positive, and I think that I say it increases your scale of emotion when you have a kid. You can be even more down, but you can also be more up, and it almost gives you that level of a drive, inspiration. That's nothing like anything. I mean, it's its own thing.
I went to this school, and I went to high school, but I was kind of a troublemaker in high school. I got in a lot of fights, and they're about to expel me. So I switched to this satellite school in Liberty, and I finished school through there. And then I found out years later, when I tried to use my diploma, that they weren't accredited. So all my credits, I spent I spent thousands. Literally, each credit was $100, $150 for each class, and then you have to pay all these fees, and I paid a lot of money for it, and then found out they weren't accredited, so it's kind of like a big scam. I don't know what the purpose of it was, but they acted like these were legit diplomas. But that's the thing, my mom, she was not happy when she found out I was doing YouTube. She's like,
on YouTube?
No, I kind of jumped all over the place, but at first, I was struggling because I thought I had a diploma. I can't find, a lot of jobs don't hire you without a diploma anymore. You can find fast food, but I was trying to, expand my branches, but I couldn't do that, and it just sucked because I put all this work. So my mom's like, oh, you need to go get your GED, and she was not happy when she found out I was doing YouTube. I mean, I was like, Mom, it's paying more than my job was, and she's like, this isn't gonna be reliable, you don't know, and I get she's being a mother and stuff like that, but she
definitely some wisdom there.
I mean, even to this day, I feel like she even still has a little bit of doubt, and I do understand, with social media, that can be taken away at any time, but still,
you've been diversifying. You've been doing the right thing,
and trying to figure out other things and avenues, but
even sponsorships and stuff. Really cool.
And she was not happy when she found out I was a YouTuber.
I hear that.
But I get it. They don't understand.
Yeah, the disconnect.
I don't think a lot of people understand the money that can come with some of this social media. I think a lot of people still look at me like, oh, you're just a stay-at-home mom that makes $50 a month, because a lot of people on Facebook and stuff who are monetized only make that much, but
no, it's you get the AdSense, the sponsorships, the cosmetics.
Yeah, I mean it does add up. I'm not rich or anything, but I'm doing a lot better than
it's a living though. It's a living.
It sucks because I have to pay 24% in taxes because I'm self-employed, but I still make more, and I'm able to stay home with my kids, which is the most important thing.
The savings on childcare though too is huge. If you equate that into what you're making, almost think of that as what you're making because you're not paying for it.
And just to be able to have the freedom, to work when I want, and kind of make my schedule work. And it's I feel more motivated now that I'm self-employed compared to going to a 9 to 5 that I dreaded every single day. I was always a good employee. I went through my phases when I was on drugs where I'd be late sometimes, but I always showed up for work and stuff, even when I was always a functioning user or whatever.
I see. Okay, you still work and be attentive
and stuff like that, but
no kidding. I think that's a good point. Just because you're not Mr. Beast doesn't mean that you can't make it into a career if you take the right steps and do the right things. I think that's important. And I actually kind of will say that too to my family. I've been doing social media for just a year or two with music and stuff. And, I'm I don't expect to become, you know, Kai Cenat or something.
Yeah.
Like, but you can get to a point where you can put the work in and like
Yeah,
build it up slowly.
especially if you've been doing
Yeah.
it for 5-10 years.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what
I've
I
been
really-
doing it for
yeah.
5 years, but you know, seeing people who've been in the game for 10-15 years, you know, start hitting the $100,000 or million mark and stuff like that, you know, it just as long as you keep putting out content, you know, and find your niche, then you're gonna keep growing, you know.
And it's an
eventually get
exponential
there.
growth.
Yeah.
That's what people don't know is like when you're at 100, if you gain 5% followers because of your reach, that's only 5.
Yeah.
But if you're at like 10,000 followers and you get a 5% increase because of your reach is bigger,
Yeah.
that's 50. No,
Yeah.
500, sorry, math. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 500 followers. And I saw some stats. When you did that interview with the magazine, right, you were at like, what, 56,000? And now you're at like 64?
60, I think 65.
65.
Like 65,500 or something like that.
So you're up over 10,000 in less than a year.
Yeah.
Which is, that's like what you said. So in 5 years more,
Yeah.
you're going to easily be over 100
Yeah.
easily.
And that's the thing. Another thing with like videos, like, you know, if someone's doing certain kind of videos for a long time and they're not taking off, then it might be time to pivot. But you
I see what
never
you're
know
saying.
with like videos. A lot of times the algorithm may not pick it up, and all it takes, you can just find one good video with, you know, it can hit 100,000 million views. It can make your channel. That's kind of what helped me. Like sometimes at first I was putting out videos, you know, at first they only got like 5-10 views. I was going live and only sometimes I'd go live and talk to nobody and there'd be 0 viewers and I'd be like, okay, should I just, you know, get off here? I'm embarrassing myself, but I still did it, you know, in practice and stuff like that. But you know, there'd be times where I would just get a few hundred views, and then I'd have one video, and the next thing you know, it's got 50,000 views, and I'm up 500 subscribers in a week, you know. So, you know, sometimes like 1 or 2 videos can change someone's whole life, or you know, really put them on the map.
Don't stop trying.
Yeah.
Like I had a meme on TikTok get like 900,000 views.
Yeah.
And I deleted it because I'm like, this isn't part of like what I want for my professional. Like,
Yeah.
trying to be more professional is a stupid meme. But that's a good point. Is you really don't know like what the algorithm will pick up.
Yeah, and sometimes
you
you'll
can
just
learn,
get lucky and it'll
but
pick up and take off and stuff like that. You know, like I have like my certain shows I cover do better because I have more insight. You know, I'm closer with certain cast members, like Love After Lockup and stuff like that. So I have more information about it, and I feel like more people, you know, gravitate towards videos like that since I have more knowledge on that. But you know, they'll be like right now they're on break. The show doesn't come back until January, so it's kind of my slow season. So my videos may not every video may not get 10,000 views, you know, like I may only get 3,000 views, you know, like compared to it, you know, I might have to put out, you know, twice as much videos, you know, try to make up for like, you know, the month because it's a little slow this month or whatever. But that's
cool that you have control over that. Like with being self-employed with YouTube, like if you see it's down, you can just give more effort and get more production.
But there'll be like time where I'll like cover a Netflix documentary and I'm like, you know, I don't have nothing to talk about. Let me talk about this documentary I just watched. Nobody's gonna care. And next thing you know, it's got 30,000 views. And I'm like, you know, it's just you just don't know sometimes what's gonna take off. And sometimes you'll be like, okay, that's not even one of my best videos. Why is it getting so much attention?
Yeah, you like surprise yourself, like, what the heck? You really want to watch this? Okay, that's funny. No, that's very true. And I wanted to ask you about this because you're gonna have some really awesome knowledge, I bet, for people to hear about. But like when you post a video, so I don't know if you use I'm sure you use like YouTube Studio. Like, what are some of like the stats and like what are the key indicators for you? Like, just like if I post a video, I'm always interested in like the retention rate and like how many people like swiped away, where did they see the video from? Was it from search? Are there any like key like indicators you've learned or some things that you pay attention to like see if it's successful?
Yeah,
or how you
I
kind
really
of that?
play. I'm trying to. Mr. Beast is always really good at explaining RPMs, or he has like all this stuff, but so I don't know the technical words for it, but like the views per hour, like that's a big thing for me. Like when you first open it, and you can see, and then you can see where your video placed out of like 10, like 1 out of Are you at that point where you've uploaded multiple videos?
Oh, I've done over like 150. I think.
Yeah, and then it'll tell you how your last video did to your past
count. Like even with retention and stuff.
Yeah, I like doing that because I think it tells me like how much people are liking it, how popular it is, and how good of a time it is that I uploaded it. Like because timing is also, I'm learning that I'm getting better now. Yeah. But it really does make a difference because sometimes I like for example like I would get up or be up at 1 a.m, because I had to wait till my kids fell asleep working, and then I'd be like, okay, let me just go ahead and upload it and get it out of the way. This is like a news story, so I need to get it out, because I should have got this out 6 hours ago. So I'll upload it then, but nobody's online then, and so there's certain times of the day, like when people are getting off work or when people are getting ready for work, when people are more online and active and stuff, and that's another thing that I really like pay attention to, like how many people are watching it in that past hour. And
that's a good one, actually. Yeah, you can even do research. I've done research on you can see like in your locale, or you can actually see like the activity statistics based on time and day of the week.
Yeah, and I really like looking at how many thumbs up, the percentage.
That's a good one. I do.
Like,
that's a good
most
one.
of my videos are 98, 99%.
Oh,
most of them are 99, 100 actually.
Wow.
But every night, like my feelings will get hurt sometimes if I get a 98. But I think that's pretty good because I thought that was average for most YouTubers. But I was talking to some other YouTubers like. And like one YouTuber I know that has a podcast with like 100,000, he's like, no, a lot of I'm lucky if I get 80% on my videos.
I was gonna say I'm at like 87. Yeah. I only have like 150,000 lifetime, but like I'm at like 87. So 98's amazing.
But usually the more views I notice you get, usually they'll get higher, unless you're just putting out terrible content or
if it's more controversial.
Stuff. Yeah,
that's
rage
the
bait.
thing.
Yeah.
But even I think if it's not rage bait, but if it's just something people like disagree on, especially politics,
exactly.
Like even if you're just being genuine. But it's a hot topic, I bet it can even be the same with like reality stuff or like sport. Like people feel passionate about like reality show. I don't know, like if it's like The Bachelor and you disagree.
People will be fighting in the comments, and that's the thing. I feel bad. I try to tell people like on my YouTube channel, they have where you can make rules for your comments, and I had to be civil and be respectful. And even though I say that, there's a lot of people.
It's like a war zone down there.
And that's the thing. I don't want people to fight, and I want to have like an open conversation where people can come and disagree if they disagree. Yes. But I want people to do it in a respectful way. Like there's no reason us to be calling names, and if it's something that could potentially get your comment hidden, then we shouldn't be saying it. Like let's at least. I don't like that. Wow. And there's times where I'm conflicted because I'm like, okay, like, do I go in and say something?
Right.
Like, there's one time I had a girl blowing me up. You need to block and delete this girl right now. She called me this and called me that. And I'm like, well, I mean, she didn't do anything to me, but, I know this girl watches me, so it's, like, a hard place to be put in, And
how do you pick, like...
I don't want to be, like, the referee and be in between all that and stuff like that. And it happens, more often than you think. People disagreeing. People get passionate about this reality TV stuff.
Wow. I was wondering how you handle that, like with the comments, even about issues, or even about you. Is it like you see like the negative thing?
And it gets so bad where I can't keep up with all my comments. I wish I could, but I try to check on them when I get downtime, but I can't read them all. But if I see it's getting really bad, sometimes I'll just delete the whole conversation.
The thread's probably the best.
I've been called out for that too. You deleted it, but it's like I don't want people to be like arguing like that. And that's the thing. You can go back and forth with someone in the comments forever if you let it go on.
Yeah, I've been
and it's, you don't know this person. There's no reason to get that heated and upset. Just agree to disagree. I
don't even think it's a good method of conflict resolution, even for like family members. Like I don't want to have a disagreement with my brother or even my wife about over a text. Like not a good method of communication.
It's hard. I mean, that'd be interesting to hear what other YouTubers and social media people do about stuff like that. But it's a hard place to be put in because I don't like people arguing like that. But I want people to also feel like they're not being they can say what they want to say as long as they're respectful people. I don't know.
But then you're like, now I gotta be the referee, and
Yeah.
that gets tricky because you have so many comments, and then some of the lines are like a little blurry. And I guess, I would think my first take on it, without having to have dealt with it like that, would be kind of like what you said, like set the rules and like let YouTube, because if someone says something too bad, YouTube will remove it.
Like YouTube removes it.
Yeah.
And if someone says something too bad, like to that person or to me, then I'll just sit there and block them from my channel completely. But
it's more of the
like
gray
if you're calling
situations,
someone, like degrading, race stuff and stuff like that. But I mean, if you're people get passionate and they're like, oh, you're dumb, you're ugly, you're fat. People always want to go for looks and stuff. I'm like, we don't need to do all that. I swear, at least once a day I log into my IG and there's someone in my comments going back and forth talking about, no, you're fat, or, you look like this. And I'm like,
guys,
like,
why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
And a lot of times I think it's a lot of times people are just misinformed. People can't always keep up with everything. So they may not know what the latest is on what's going on, but sometimes people just sometimes people don't want to change their minds.
True, and you're right. That's kind of a good point. You have to be willing to, which I even do in my current role. Like I get to work with the owner of this multi-million-dollar company, and we both have the same goal, but sometimes we'll just agree to disagree. Like even about business, even something technical. But then when you talk about something so subjective and opinions about shows or about personalities, then it gets complicated.
That doesn't mean they're a bad person.
Exactly. You just might disagree.
Experiences. They live different lives, and everybody has different experiences, so they're going to see things differently. But I when I first was in YouTube, I'm like, okay, I don't want to seem like a punk, so if someone says something crazy to me, I'm going to pop back. But then I'm like, okay, then I've seen
following gets bigger.
I've seen, people's following will blow up though. People love drama. I mean, I could probably have 500,000 subscribers if I was clapping back at everybody. But
true.
No, but I would pop back, and then I'd see people lose or get suspended off Facebook or off YouTube, for clapping back at people. I'm like, okay, this is not worth losing, my soul, what I built, worked so hard for. And then that's the thing, I just realized a lot of times, that clap back, it don't ever, when the person responds, 99% of the time it don't make me feel better. Nothing's ever resolved. So
that's true.
I just feel like I wasted my time. I could have done something better with this. So I just don't respond most of the time when I see ignorant things.
I think you're doing the right thing, just kind of trying to remain neutral.
Yeah.
But then, if it's something obviously too serious, like you said, racial or something crazy, you can shut it down. But I think that's the right approach for sure. Because you don't want to be too much of a dictator, I guess, with it. This. I
don't want to censor people, but I don't want people to be out of pocket either.
Yeah.
And it's I feel like a lot of these people, people get behind keyboards and they get a lot more braver and want to just say whatever. Oh yeah,
or even sometimes, a lot of it, they have those AI bots that'll just start beef with people or just start spouting things just to get their channel or direct you somewhere, or so many different things. I see a lot of those AI bots on comments now.
Yeah. And a lot of people even buy AI bots just to
boost their stuff. I've been seeing that with the streaming wars, musicians, they'll get the fake streams.
I've seen it on Twitch and
the stream farms.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. It's you're dealing with money. So.
And they even have people. I think they say Neon, who's on Kick, and he's got millions or thousands of people who watch him, and they're even accusing him of doing stuff like that.
I don't blame. I would almost look at it from their perspective as they're almost just trying to reinvest back into their business.
Yeah.
If you're doing marketing, almost you're trying to just kind of give yourself a little pickup.
People are if there's 50,000 people watching, people are gonna be okay, what's he doing? Obviously, 50,000 people are this interested, so they're gonna want to see what's up.
That does make sense. Neon, the one, didn't he start just dating Chloe or something?
I'm not sure who he's
Neon is the skinny kid.
Yeah,
he's the younger.
He broke up with him, and Sam broke up.
Yeah, he's with that one girl.
I don't keep up with him enough.
I see clips of it
every now and then. I'll see clips.
He does crossovers with people that I watch.
Yeah,
a Rampage Jackson. He's a U.S. His son just actually is about to go to jail probably for something terrible he did to this wrestler, just punching him. But He does it with Rampage. He does it with some other people too. Yeah. So I've seen just clips of like his new boob, and everyone's like, "How did he get her?" It's so
Well, I
funny.
mean, everyone was like that with his ex too. I think it's just the money.
Yeah. Well, it's the number. I mean, that definitely helps. I think it's almost like removes some kind of barrier.
Yeah.
Plus 1,000 aura, whenever you're making those millions.
He's like he's getting canceled once a month though.
Is that true? He does some wild stuff.
That's how I usually hear about him, is when he's getting canceled.
Yeah. He definitely like rage baits people.
Yeah.
Yeah, hardcore.
That's his thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of those pranksters too. They'll go around just mess with people. Some of it's like assault though.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, haha, I'm joking.
I don't like when people are doing mean pranks.
And they like assault people.
Like,
yeah.
make it funny and
Don't bother people, especially when they bother workers.
Oh, I
that
hate
bugs
that
me.
Because coming from someone who worked at fast food.
Right, customer service. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, it just drives me crazy because it's like, man, we're barely getting paid anything as is, and here you are, sitting here making my life live in hell. Unless you're gonna tip me $100.
I know, right? Do it like Mr. B style. Yeah. No, I know. I think that too. I'm like, just leave people alone. And I mean, a lot of it. I mean, I know people have gotten like sent to jail for stuff they done. Mm-hmm. Like this one dude that happened to him just now, like in Europe recently. They've like gotten injured or died like from getting shot from someone because you just don't know who you're. You don't know how that person's day was going.
Exactly,
like, you don't know. Like, I would be much too, with just like, my life experience and stuff, like, I'd be much too scared to try to just go screw with people for fun. Mm-hmm. Like, I just feel like, but I think it's going to keep getting worse.
Yeah. Especially with streaming and everything. It's a big competition where people are always trying to outdo each other, do the last stream they had. That's the thing, like, it's scary, like with these pranks, they're always trying to top the next one and taking it to another level, so that's scary.
Gaslighting them, and that's what actually happened to Raja Jackson. That's a very interesting one. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. I guess probably not in like the realm of stuff, but he basically he went to like this pro wrestling, wrestling, like not real fighting, but like, I mean, it's hard, but they do like the stunts, chairs and stuff. He went to this wrestling event, and this dude thought he was a wrestler. He used like this fake like crush away can for like stunts and thought he was a wrestler trying to play with him and did it to his head, and he got offended and he said sorry, but he was live streaming and his people were like go get him back, and this dude goes in the cage, Psycho Stu's his name, picks him up, blindsides him, and just punches him like 20 times.
Oh my gosh.
And the dude had to go be in the ER for 5 days, but he was live streaming the whole thing.
Wow.
And so I think that's like the extreme of what can happen, obviously. Like if you have that mindset of like, I gotta do something for my for my viewers, or
it's scary.
getting especially because it happened. I'm sure if that would have happened not on live stream in front of all your fans, you're not going to be as offended or as embarrassed.
He's trying to make it sound like he ain't no punk.
Exactly.
So,
Well, he said it afterwards, actually, on stream.
Oh, really?
That's the crazy thing. Afterwards, he had like no remorse. He's like, I ain't no punk. No, you're right. That's literally what he said. So now he's facing like 7 years in jail. But
wow.
I mean, that's the extremes of it. But someone in Aldi's when I was there in Liberty started like screaming one time, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Like, I'm with my wife. Like, we're both packing. So I'm like, I thought something was happening, like a shooting or something, like violence happening, but it's just some kid, like, streaming.
Oh my gosh.
That's the future we're going to
I know. Luckily, I don't ever see any of them around here. Luckily,
that's good.
But, you see them all over on YouTube and stuff. And there's just so much rage bait on Facebook anymore. There's so many people are seeing, sometimes I wish I didn't have family members who would probably disown me, but because I know this girl I follow, she makes $30,000 a month just posting rage bait every day. But
it is impressive.
I don't want to have a reputation on people hating and being annoyed with me. Like the first thing, this one girl, the first thing when I logged in on Facebook was her saying, "Let me show you why I wipe back to front," and her doing a demonstration, and I'm like, and literally she teaches people how to rage bait, and she'll clean her and she'll clean her house, and she admits she'll make these messes and make them 20 times messier, just for that, what's it called? The thumbnail,
Oh,
your video, when they first scroll and see that, they'd be like, oh, that's a mess. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And she will, set up stuff to make it look, but she makes good money, $30,000 a month.
That's insane.
Wow. And there's a lot of people doing that on Facebook.
The scary part is people trying to get to that point and the things that they're willing to do.
Yeah.
Just to try to get to that point.
It's not so easy for everyone. Like I said, so people
really
will try to take it to extremes to
just
do
for
anything.
views.
Yeah.
Well, like Logan Paul got in trouble a while ago. Like he was doing the whole thing in Japan.
Yeah, with the forest.
The forest, and he got in deep stuff. So just for views. So it can definitely, and I think that's an interesting topic though. Even if you're not doing something like horrible, I know when I was first trying to make content, I was posting like every day. I was doing stupid stuff, acting like I was a sensei, and I'd like put my I used to do martial arts, like put like my butt around my head and talk dumb and say like you should fight like this and like just doing like silly like stupid stuff because I wanted to get views, but that's not really like my passion.
Yeah.
But and I wasn't hurting anyone, but like just even you can go astray like in your mind if you're just like, how do I get views? How do I get views? How do I get views? Like it'll really screw with your brain, I think.
Yeah.
How do you balance like thinking about like I gotta get views, but also doing what you know like I don't know, like you're passionate about and stuff.
Well, I know that's what it can be hard at times. So I try to like make I do like updates videos like this show Love After Lockup. I'll do like a Love After Lockup updates video. Those videos typically always do good. We'll get between 10 to 30,000 views. So I always make sure I have at least one or two of those videos set up for the week. So like there's a few days where I know there's really not much to cover. I can cover something where I may not get as many views, but it'll balance out because I made sure I made a good video, did a updates video the day before. But it is hard, like now, like when my show's not on and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what can I do, to keep I cover other shows, but, that people may not be as interested. And it's like, okay, like what's the next thing that people are interested in? It can get hard sometimes, but, especially like when I go from the season being on and I have things to post about, 5 different things to post about on Instagram a day. Now I'm like, okay, maybe I'm lucky if I have one thing to post about a day or every other day. But that's with news, Some weeks it's dead, and then there's weeks where there's freaking 5 things happening in a day. Like somebody died, somebody got arrested, somebody had a baby, So, and that's the thing, with news, there's always going to be something eventually, but there will be slow days. But, just when there are days where there's a lot happening, I really will force myself, okay, we're staying up for, usually I can film and do what, I guess you asked me how I balance it out. Like, I'll try to film at night, like when my kids go to sleep. I'll spend 30 minutes, an hour filming, and then I'll sit there and wake up in the morning and edit it as soon as and then so try to do it right before they wake up, so I have everything done and stuff like that. That's how I balance it out. Sometimes I'll try to stay up and edit it too, but a lot of times I'm just so tired by that point. But if there's a busy film day, I'll have to force myself and be like, okay, we're gonna stay up and we're gonna film another video or two. Like if there's a busy day, I'll try to get as many videos as I can in case there is days where it's more slow. But I'm not always that lucky. It's been kind of slow this past few weeks.
Yeah, but even and it seems like you definitely do it with integrity. You're trying to do things that your following is interested in, that they're gonna like. Yeah. Not what's gonna make me.
There's things that I like too, and I always cover things that I like too. But if I just covered strictly what I like, nobody would watch. There's shows I like show Love Is Blind, but not many people are as interested in my audience like that, so it's just trying to find the balance. Things,
well, it seems like you do it really well, and I mean it's really impressive. It's really impressive what you've done, and I mean just everything, your turnaround, you just taking care of your kids, and the whole nine. It's really impressive. I mean it really is.